Okay, this is just going to be a short video, I hope. I'm just going to go through the different articles here. I'm not really going to worry about editing and all that kind of thing. I'm just trying to bring you these newest updates in case you have not heard them yet on Casey White's case. Mark McDaniel, who is one of the attorneys in the attorney firm that Casey White's family retained for him, has asked for a change of venue for his trial, and that's due to the publicity that was generated by Casey's escape, and we all know it did become a national story. His attorney said that if the defendant were to have a trial in Lauderdale County, that it would violate his rights to a fair trial by an impartial jury, and this is guaranteed by the 6th and 14th Amendments to the United States Constitution. Now, this is what he put into the motion. Now, he had previously said that he intended to ask that the trial be moved away from Northwest Alabama. Now, we know that Casey was already serving a 75-year prison term on other charges, but he had also been charged in the 2015 death of Connie Ridgway. Now, he did confess to this murder in 2020. But his attorneys also filed this motion Thursday, asking a judge to suppress any statements that Casey had made to the law enforcement. Now, the judge did grant an unopposed defense motion to postpone the trial due to the fact that Casey changed lawyers late last month. The trial originally was scheduled for June the 13th, but now it has been pushed to December the 12th. Casey's attorneys put into the motion that some of the largest news networks in the world covered the story on the whereabouts of Vicky and Casey, along with why Casey was in Lauderdale County Detention Center, and facts that this honorable court or any juror is yet to hear regarding the defendant's capital murder case. Casey's lawyers wrote in this change of venue motion. They also went on to say that CNN, Fox News, NBC News, CBS, and ABC News, and even others focused on Florence, Alabama, and the surrounding area. It was one of the most viewed stories in the whole country, and it only trailed the war in Ukraine just for several days. This information has severely prejudiced Casey, or the defendant. The motion also pointed out that the attention that Casey had attracted on social media, and that includes Facebook group about Casey and Vicky White that has 50,000 members. Now, the motion argues that it would be almost impossible to impanel an objective jury in Lauderdale County, and it stated Lauderdale County has a population of approximately 92,870 residents, and nearly all of them own a television, phone, computer, tablet, or a combination of the four. So it would take a resident living in a dwelling without access to electricity or communication from the outside world for the last month to not know a significant amount of information about the defendant, his capital murder case, and his other legal matters. Therefore, to ensure that Mr. White receives a fair trial from an impartial jury of his peers, it is imperative that this matter be transferred to another county, whereas it is obvious that Lauderdale County has been overwhelmed with prejudice towards Mr. White that cannot be cured in any manner. And also, the Alabama governor, Kay Ivey, did hand out the $5,000 reward from the state. And it goes on to say, and I will put all of the links to these sources in the description box below if you want to come and look at them yourself, because I am just briefing through them just to give you an update on the case. But it goes on to say a person who helped authorities find Casey and Vicky collected a $5,000 reward from the state of Alabama Wednesday. The state's finance department issued the reward to a person who, quote, provided valuable assistance to law enforcement in securing the apprehension and arrest of Casey White. The recipient has chosen to remain anonymous, and officials did not detail how that tipster helped authorities to track down Casey and Vicky during the 11-day manhunt. But they did go on to say Thanks to the good information from this citizen and the diligent work from law enforcement in Alabama all the way to Indiana, we were able to put the bad guy behind bars where he belongs. I look forward to justice being served, Ivy said in a statement. I can't tell you how much I disagree with about everything Governor Kay Ivey said in that statement. But moving on along, I don't think there was one person that did not say that the car wash manager is the one that deserved the reward, not only from Alabama, but also from the U.S. Marshals. Now, as of this time, the U.S. Marshals are still trying to figure out who they think deserves this money that they put in there. But Kay Ivey, obviously it was someone else, because it was not the car wash manager that Kay Ivey decided deserved the $5,000 reward offered from Alabama. I completely disagree with our governor of Alabama on her decision here. But again, it goes on to say that the state of Alabama gave a $5,000 reward to a person who helped police find Casey and Vicky. However, the person who received the reward is not the Evansville car wash manager who spotted Casey's abandoned truck. And that is, in my opinion, and of course everyone else, and it's pretty damn obvious, that is how they were able to track them down when they did and where they did. But it says Eyewitness News reached out to James Stanton, the manager of the car wash, and he told the news that he did not receive the reward that was announced by the state of Alabama. Now, we do know that he is the one that reported Casey's abandoned truck at the car wash a couple of times, even though he was getting completely ignored. He also went the extra step to check the surveillance cameras and even show them Casey leaving the truck behind. Now, the governor of Alabama, Kay Ivey, directed the state finance department to give out the reward, and the person receiving the reward wants to remain anonymous. Why? The only other person I could even contemplate would be the guy that sold him the truck. But there again, the guy that sold him the truck came into play after car wash guy reported the truck abandoned for the second time. Kay Ivey went on to say that the information was good from the citizen, and she praised the hard work from law enforcement in Alabama and Indiana. Well, see, I beg to differ on both accounts there. The governor said that their work was able to put the bad guy behind bars, blah, blah, blah. And in case you didn't know, I have so much respect for Connie Ridgway's sons. These guys know who helped bring Casey to justice. I mean, they know. And they knew that it was not going to look like that he was going to get any kind of reward for what he did. So Connie's sons set up a GoFundMe, and they raised $5,125 to reward the car wash guy themselves for being the one that actually deserves the reward, making the trip all the way from Alabama to Indiana to meet him, shake his hand, and give him the reward that they raised on their mother's Justice for Connie Ridgway Facebook page. These guys are really, really heroes. They really are. And Mr. Stinson should have received every cent, in my opinion. And I don't know how you can look at it any differently of that reward money, not only from Alabama, but also from the U.S. Marshals. What is there to figure out? He is the one that reported it. He is even the one that told them and showed them that they got into a Cadillac, so they knew what to look for. Now, Mr. Stinson did receive, and he's proudly displaying it here, from his senator, Mike Braun. He was presented this award for doing the right thing and being a good citizen. And that means see something, say something. He was commended for that, but yet he still received no reward money whatsoever, except what Connie Ridgway's sons and the Mark White Show put together for him through their personal GoFundMe page. Okay, that is just a few of the updates I have right now. I will go ahead and link all of the sources in the description box below. I'm sorry it wasn't just a regular video, and I really didn't do a lot of editing here. I just wanted to get this out here to you, but I thank you all so much for listening. And until next time, this is Unjustified.